Well, the iconic Gentry store is spared in Saturday's storms. High winds in the Octok community claimed generation trees along Robinson Road. Oktibbeha County EMA Director Kristen Campanella stopped on Moore High Road to survey damage that twisted trees and popped large limbs in the southern parts of the county. Now, the dock on Browning Creek at a large subdivision in southern Oktibbeha County was tossed into the lake, overturning small boats. The pavilion also sustained damage. Trees along Robinson Road were toppled, but Campanella tells WCBI that there is no reports of injury. Well, Winston County was also in the line of fire during today's storms. Damage was reported from Louisville to Noxapater. Toppled power lines, downed trees, and structural damage was all the result of this morning's storm. One person was trapped in their car after a power line fell on it. Winston County resident James Gordon suffered damages to his home and his property.
I was sitting there paying the bills in the house, looking out the window, and the sun was shining and it was pretty, and all of a sudden the wind started, and I looked out the window and little limbs was breaking off, and they were going around and around, and I looked across the road and at my shop building here, and I saw it coming.
Cleanup efforts are underway, with residents coming together to help each other out. Well, today our meteorologist brought you live coverage of the storms throughout the morning and early afternoon hours. Now, in the studio, we've got meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Jacob, you were in the field while the storms rolled into the area. Tell us what you saw.
Hey, Victoria, we were out there throughout much of the day watching these storms come on through. They approached early this morning, as we can see in this video here. This is when we got the first sight of it in Winona and near Kilmichael as the storms were rolling on through. Really quite a bit of lightning that was in there, and we can see in those videos here really how the storms started to move in a very much a linear form. So in this video here, a lot of those clouds looking quite scary. There were some spots that really very ominous, scary looking clouds, and even some spots where we could see some brief rotation in them here. This was very ominous sign here, very evident of the winds coming into Louisville, and some of the damage in Louisville here from this occurred east of town along Brooksville Road. Really keeping our eyes on that. We followed through. Several roads were blocked with trees and power lines down, and even some damage did occur towards the east, up northeast towards Artesia. As the wind came in, it came in like a wall of water, all of that rain pushing through very quickly through the area. Many of you at home experienced this as that happened, saw that rain yourselves, and sent us in some viewer pictures all across the area. Lots of people were out on the roads looking at the sky too. We were out there bringing that coverage today, and this is what the aftermath was, seeing those trees down, this particular tree on Brooksville Road east of Louisville. And as that storm continued off, then some of this tree damage now coming in from the city of Columbus. We got hit fairly hard here in town. North on US 45 at the Sonic there was damage, and in the neighborhood to the east there towards Military Road, whole trees were blown over. These were big mature trees that were very sturdy, so likely some strong winds that came through there. Now the National Weather Service will be surveying these areas across not only our area, but doing surveys in Jackson as well as down in Meridian where other damage occurred. They'll be coming in the next day or two to determine whether this was straight line winds or in fact if we were dealing with some perhaps brief spin up tornadoes. Now today we had Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson in the studio. We've been watching social media, keeping track of things. Keith, what were some of the things our viewers sent to us?
Well, we have some more damage photos right here. This is from Lowndes County. You can see that tree toppled over on that roof right there from Johnny Phillips sending us that picture right there. And our own Scott Martin got this. Power lines coming on down, sparking some flames with some of that wind in Columbus earlier today. And that was that ominous looking storm as it was moving towards Millport, Alabama. Once it got out of Lowndes County, it was lining on up and moving into West Alabama. Right now, we're done with the storms, but we still have some moderate to steady rain across our region, and this will continue throughout the early evening hours. The heaviest rain now along and south of I-2059, but we still have some pockets of some pretty good rain that will take the next couple of hours to get on out of here. So wet evening right now, jackets needed, umbrellas needed too. We'll clear things out later tonight and wake up to temperatures in the 40s. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.